All right, this is an advantage here for the action cams, right? So I can hold this on the Insta360 3-foot stick here, but I can hold it way out and you get that much more of a wide angle. But look how much more wide this is, right? So it's actually not too heavy. And that's the beautiful thing about like the action camera, it's so light you can fit on this. Now mirrorless camera, you can't do that. You can't put a mirrorless camera and then this will hold it out 4 foot. I mean, you might be able to hold it for a bit, but it's just not gonna work. But this allows you to get some pretty cool looking shots, you know, and you can crop in if you need to. But it's ultra wide. You see, you're not gonna get that on a mirrorless camera for the most part, unless you get like a 14 millimeter. But then to get it out far enough to where you can get this kind of shot, it's really not gonna happen. This is where the action camera is. And this is where I believe, this is 60 frames per second on the DJI Action 5, by the way. Yeah, you can put a Pocket 3 on it than this, but still it's not gonna be as wide, right? So if you're in lower light, okay, yeah, the gimbal is gonna make a big difference. But in good lighting like this, you're out in the woods, you're doing this kind of traveling thing, so you're not gonna be able to get as much cropping ability, but you don't have to worry about the water, you don't have to worry about the rain, you don't have to worry about the crazy conditions. So I have an action cam in one pocket, Pocket 3, Pocket 4, Luna, Insta360 Luna. One of those two, you really don't need a mirrorless camera when you're out and about. I mean, if you want the best quality, like a talking head type thing out there, yeah, but testing out the 4K 120, baby, here we go, 4K 120, come on now, come on now. How's that look? You could fit the Mission 1 Pro or the DJI Action 5, whatever, but Mission 1 Pro in one pocket, the Pocket 3, Pocket 4, or the Insta360 Luna in the other pocket. And then between those two, you'd have your telephoto, right? That's why I like the Luna. I'm definitely gonna purchase either that or the Pocket 4 Pro, depending on if that's still an issue thing. If that's still coming out, I don't know, but this is stuff you don't wanna do with like a Pocket 3, a mirrorless camera. You don't have to worry about it getting scratched. You don't have to worry about it going in the water. You can flip and flop it around. You can run it through the woods. You can run it through the weeds. It's rugged. This is what it's made for. This is what it's built for. Right? So that's where it's actually, people are comparing the Mission 1 to, like, look at that. Look at the ZV1 or the ZV1 2. Now, if you look at those, the Mission 1 Pro's got the 1-inch sensor, and it smokes those other cameras, and they're more expensive. So I'm not saying I wouldn't like to see a GoPro that's less money, maybe, you know, $499 would have been great. I'm not saying I wouldn't like to see that, because I would. I'd really like to see that. But it is what it is. Compare it to anything else on the market that has a 1-inch sensor. You're done. Even, you know, with the stabilization, with the ruggedness, with the weatherproofing, you know, the RX Sonys and the ZVs and all these other little 1-inch cameras, the new Lumix 300, TZ300 or whatever it is, they can't compare with those frame rates. They can't compare with the ruggability, the rugged and the durability of a GoPro, or even the new Insta360 Ace Pro 3 or whatever is gonna come out. But I can't compare it to other cameras that don't exist yet, or aren't out there yet. We can only go with what we've got. Oh, whew, I thought there was a snake. Gotta watch. Since I'm doing this for you, this is dangerous here. But, whoa. But what do you think? I think there's a place for both. See, before it was kind of iffy-andy, but now with the Luna, you got your telephoto, right? And you got your talking head. You go closer talking head. And then with the Action 5 Pro, or the GoPro, the Mission 1 Pro, now you can do anything rugged, or you have them both going at the same time. You know, you have 1 point one way, 1 point the other, and they'll both be 1 inch, probably similar, I would think, in image quality, but we'll find out when that time comes, when we can really dig into the Luna and that and see what the Mission 1 Pro looks like. We don't have a lot to go on right now, other than the specs. But as of next month, I'll know because I have it pre-ordered. But see, this is kind of like the ultra-wide view. This is cool. You just take this stick, the Insta360 stick, and I'm using that for my GoPro. Why? Because the Insta360 X5, the image quality isn't there enough for me. Like you got no cropping ability because you already, it's 8K, but it's not really. It's more like 2K. Because by the time you get a decent, like this image out of it, you're way out of it. So I can crop this, or I can leave it the way it is, and you see the background. And that makes it pretty. This is where action cameras are good, because they're lighter. You can put them on the end of a stick. You can be a little more creative with them and not have to worry about them. I can dip this in the water if I want to, but I don't really want to right now. It's mucky, it's gross, there's nothing in there I can see that I want to see. But if I wanted to, I could just dip it in the water. I've done it before. You have that option. You don't have to worry about it getting ruined. So I think the two would come along well. I think one in one pocket, one in the other pocket. You could go anywhere with them. You don't have to worry about it. And I think that's a good way to go, in my opinion. What do you think? What do you think of this ultra wide angle type thing? I mean, if I had like a 10-foot stick, this ain't too bad actually. This is because you're holding it down. It's a lot easier on the shoulders, and you're going to get better image quality than you are out of an X5. So for me, I don't really use the 360 cameras much. They're just not there yet. They need to be like 12K or something like that so you can get enough quality out of them. Just wanted to rant a little bit because there's people complaining about the GoPro, and yeah, I get it. It's more expensive than I want to pay, but what can you compare it to? There's not another 1-inch sensor on the market that's cheaper than that, new, that competes with it for what it does. If you just want something to snap and shoot, then and that's all you want for photography, then that's when you go with the camera. Go with the ZV-E10-1. It's got a mirror. It's got a mechanical shutter, right? Go with that for photography. But the GoPro one will take decent photos, but that's not what I would buy it for. Buy it for the 4K, the 8K, the 60 frames per second. That way you can crop too, and then it gives you those options. That's what I would buy it for. And then you got like the Canon PowerShot V1. That thing is like $1,000, some places $1,100. It's like, what? It's so crippled by the lens. A great idea, like a micro four third-ish type sensor in there, but the lens, it's fixed, it's crippled. It's absolutely crippled. You're talking these new GoPros and things, you know, they're at f2, f.1, 8, one f1.7, f20, you know what I mean? They got a good aperture. You start getting into the 4.5s and the 5.6s. If you got that at a fixed lens on a micro four thirds, just get a ZV-E10-2 or a ZV-E10 at that point. You know, because that's just the way I look at it. And use gyro flow, and you can stabilize it in gyro flow. That's my personal opinion on it, but I mean, you can do what you want, but that's my opinion. But let me know in the comments below if there's any kind of comparisons videos you want to see. Action 5 versus GoPro, you know that's coming. You know that's coming. Action 6 is fine, but it's not really any better image quality than the 5, really. It's got open gate, but other than that, it's really not better. Aperture is not better. So you're not really gonna get that much straight up image quality out of it for the most part. It's just slight tweaks, but what do you think of this? Doing the wide angle. So you're already wider because you're using the action cam, and now you're 3 feet out. So now you get more of the surrounding view instead of versus like if you're holding it by your, right? And I'm like this, and then I'm vlogging with that, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. This is the way I usually do it. But something different today. Just want to explore the horizons, right? So can't wait to do some comparisons. Let me know what you think. Do you think there's room in your kit, if you can afford it, right, for both cameras? action cam and a pocket cam, and then just have a internal inside your studio. You have your mirrorless. I don't even take my mirrorless out anymore. Unless I'm gonna do something like where I need extreme image quality, like you're like doing wildlife, something like that. But for this kind of stuff, it's not needed. It is not needed. But this is 4K 60 on the Action 5 Pro, guys. Don't be discouraged if you can't afford a new GoPro. This Action 5 is a good deal, man. You get them for 200 something on eBay. And it's good. It'll do what you need it to do, right? It will do what you need it to do. That's what I'm working with right now. And you can still experiment, right? You can use a wide stick. You can put it on you can bring it up close and do it the old school way that I usually do, like that. You just hold it. But I thought, you know what, why not go wide? Why not go wide? Just don't want to drop it in the water, and if I want, I could put it, stick it in the water, but there's nothing there I want to see. Weird shots like this. Like, who does weird shots like this? Weird shots like this. Why would you want to do a weird shot like that? Oh, no, why not? Because you can. You can do weird shots with an action camera. You can make things interesting with an action camera, just like you can a 360 camera. But with this action camera, it's better quality. It just is, guys. It's side by side, and they're easier to edit. For me, the less edit, the better. Just like a 360 camera, you can get multiple angles, you know? You can use it any way you want. Don't be conformed to what everyone else is doing. Why not do your own thing, right? Do your own thing. What's stopping you? You have to shoot 30 frames per second or 24 frames per second with a 48 shutter speed. No, you don't. Shoot weird stuff. Make it interesting. Make it fun. Don't be afraid to experiment with your action cameras. That's what they're for. Not just for big action, but for different things that you want to do with them, just to be creative. You can still do talking head if you want to. You just have to get in a little closer. You don't have to use it just for action, moving on the go. You can use it for this purpose as well. Don't be afraid to shake things up a little bit. Be ready to just explore your creativity. That's what makes it fun. Yeah, you can go out here and shoot 4K 24 and just make an average video, but why? Why would you want to? I mean, that's cool, something like that. But I want to do something different. The fun things you can do with an action camera. But this is 4K 60 on the Action 5 Pro, guys. Hope you have a good day.